Hello and welcome to Marietta High School for the UPSL Georgia Conference Premier Division final championship match between Potros FC and UMAFC. We're going to be back in just a minute to bring you the action here at Marietta High School.
To Marietta High School for the UPSL Georgia Conference Premier Division final of the playoff championship. First off, we're going to bring you the starting lineup of UMAFC. Number 5, Ethan Aller. Number 57, Austin Anderson. Number 77, Lambros Avgerginos. Number 13, Ian Brunette. Number 10, Aiden Collins. Number 19, Evan Dio. Number 15, Richard Holstrom. Number 27, Achaf Majadi. Number 34, Eber Sosa. Number 60, Drew Stanton. And number 22, Camilo Velez. And now, the starting lineup for your Potross FC. Number 1, Cameron Verona. Number 42, Evan Greenberg. Number 55, Quasi Paul. Number 62, Omar Barrow. Number 54, John Engel. Number 51, Augusto Bebo del Rio. Number 6, Spencer Van Busker. Number 10, Mark Dadinho Bino. Number 58, Nazario Embomio. Number 63, Pedro Lima. And number 8, your captain, Benjamin Uranga. And now, if everyone will please stand and face the American flag for the playing of the national anthem.
Welcome back. I'm Christopher Oranga alongside Richard Carbajal. Richard, how are you doing today?
Doing great, my friend. Another beautiful day for some beautiful football. So happy to be here for this presentation of UMAFC versus Potros FC in this miraculous finale.
Yeah, the championship game, the last chance for both of these teams to try to get into the national playoff picture. You can see the starting lineups up on your screen as the teams get their final talk in their huddles right before kickoff. Potros FC coming into the game second seed, winning 9 of their last 10 under Coach Frankie Ruiz, who's really revolutionized the squad.
No, absolutely in agreement with that. Definitely with a new coach, new things going on. It was a little shaky for the start, but as he's progressed with the team, the chemistry, the effort, the ability has been just absolutely incredible, both from the coach and from the players. It's amazing to see how far the Potros have come under Frankie Ruiz.
So teams getting their final words in as we get ready for kickoff. UMA look like they're going to be kicking off, moving from left to right. Potros in all black, moving from right to left. Will be defending in the shade to start off. Got a pretty good crowd here today, Richard. It should be an exciting one.
No, absolutely. I mean, it's definitely going to be an electric one here for sure. Here though.
And final checks. And we're underway here for the final of the Georgia Conference playoffs. Potros FC versus UMA. UMA starting off, giving the ball away early. A heavy touch from Engel. And Oranga getting to that one and playing it out for a corner, but the pressure on right away from Potros.
Absolutely. They definitely look like they're coming with a different type of energy this match, just based off of how that started off.
And we will be trying to figure out the starting lineup of UMA. We know a few of the players looking at their recent matches and knowing where they might be, but we didn't get a positional starting 11. So we'll have to figure out who's in what positions as the match goes on.
We'll be looking to have that solved for you here shortly. But for now, we're going to do with what we have. We have a free kick here. It looks like Barrow's going to be the one taking it.
What we can see from up here in the press box is that UMA look to be lined up in their 4-4-2, which we saw them use against Kalonji Pro Profile last week in that incredible 1-0 victory. They're coming in as the underdogs, 5th place coming into the season.
So far, a throw in here for Del Rio. Del Rio still on the ball, trying to get through there, but unable to as he's swallowed by the defense. Clearance out there for UMAFC. Odanga's able to get there, though. So far, heavy pressure from UMA, though, as they maintain on the ball.
And the referee puts the flag up. It looks like for offside, but the referee decides to call a foul instead.
Yeah, I believe he was letting an advantage go there originally, but once possession was lost, he opted to call.
So UMA with an early free kick here, just at the edge of the half field. Puts the cross in.
Oh, and it's dangerous.
Angle gets his head to it.
Yeah, huge from Angle there to put his head on that one. And Bomeo heavy on the touch there. Still, he comes back and works for it, though. Good work from Mbomio.
Yeah, the UMA player staying down behind the play, but play continues on. Nothing called. A chance here for Del Rio. Verginos good to come off his line and clear that one away.
Yeah,
Verginos was very impressive last week against Kalonji as well. One of the key players that helped them get over the line to get to this final.
yeah, definitely some good visuals there from Verginos as he came out a little early there, noticing that the Del Rio was through.
And the player down for UMA, I believe that was number 27. but I did not see clearly the numbers. It's a little hard to tell the numbers from up here on these uniforms. They're on two different backgrounds. I believe that was Majadi, the one who took a little bit of a spill there. So it looks like Majadi and Collins will be in the midfield. Dio and looks like number 15 or number 5 in the front. So that's Aller, Ethan Aller. So again, we'll try to get the full lineup for this UMA team. We do have the Potros squad. Of course, this is our home broadcast here on the Potros FC YouTube channel, brought to you by CMR Broadcasting.
So far, a throw in here for Greenberg, and he's good at those throw-ins, getting it rather long, but unfortunately, UMA getting to it. Uranga does well to get up for it, though, but so far, a lot of just back and forth between the two teams as they fight, for possession and for those openings. And Buskirk coming heavy on that ball. Causes the mistake, lets it fall to Del Rio.
Yeah, missed clearance there from the UMA player, giving the ball away. Chance. Cross came in from Darinho, but couldn't find a teammate.
Definitely a little heavy on the cross there, but nonetheless a good effort. UMA trying to get out of their backfield.
Already UMA looking to play a little bit more in the midfield this game than they did last week. We saw last week that they just pretty much skipped the midfield line for the first 60 minutes of the game and just played it right above the line. So a chance here now as they get the ball wide to... They were looking for Stanton. So Drew Stanton there on this near side. UMA managed to keep it.
Yes.
Velez getting the ball to the front. Paul stepping across. And now Lima winning it back with help from Van Buskirk. Still Lima. Looking for an outlet. Gets it forward now to Mbomio. And one off of him by Anderson.
UMA trying to come back, but a little mistake there. Engel's able to get it to Uranga. So far, a lot of play out of this midfield and back line for both teams. A little slip there from Darinho, but he's able to maintain. Gets it to Del Rio. Del Rio looking for the pass, but UMA heavy on the pressure there. Still a throw-in for Potros.
Thank you, everyone who's joining us for this match today. Fans from all across, whether you're a Potros fan, a UMA fan, or a neutral watching this match to see who's going to represent the Georgia Conference in the national playoffs, we welcome you. We invite you to stick around and subscribe if you want to follow all things Potros FC, including coverage from our incredible media team, who has done an incredible job this season of covering this historic season. And we mentioned it earlier, so many records broken this season. Would be a shame if they don't come away with something for it. Here's Lima. Puts it across and wins a corner from it, but nearly the first chance there.
I absolutely love the idea from Lima there too, just trying to calmly pass it back into the center there for Mbomio or somebody to pick up and put it in the back of the net. Regardless from that, a corner is going to be taken here. Looks like Del Rio, El Titiritero, is going to be taking it.
Cross in, headed punched away by Averguinos.
Darinho reached for it, but a little push in the back there from the UMA, number 10.
Based on the previous matches and the statistics coming into this, we talked a little bit before the game about the keys to this match. I think Potros trying to find an early goal will be really important for them. A chance to get one here from Darinho, puts the cross that gets blocked. And now UMA will look for a chance to clear. And for UMA, it's going to be being solid in that midfield and defense, which so far they have been. But also those set pieces. We've seen those long throw-ins be such a threat for them. So if they can get into deep positions into Potros' half, they can cause some danger. We'll see what exactly transpires in this match 7 minutes in.
This is the portion of the game that we call the filling out. Both teams are going to be looking for it. And just as Chris just said, the throw in there almost yielding a decent result had it not been for some good defending from Barrow there.
And if you look back at those previous matches, you honestly, if you have the option to put it out for a throw in or a corner, you might choose a corner because Stanton now coming forward, his throws are just as dangerous, sometimes even more dangerous than a corner kick.
Yeah, they're lining up in the box as if this is a corner. Absolutely incredible.
And I'm sure this is something that Frankie Ruiz would have been aware of and would have had his team prepared for. We'll see how they deal with this one, the first one of the game.
No, this is absolutely incredible. This is pretty much a corner.
So throw in from Stanton comes in. Barrow gets up to it. Second ball by Dadinho, only to the edge of the box, and Collins, the captain, shot nowhere near on the target, but gets the first shot of the game.
So just as Chris explained, I mean, the throws are absolutely lethal. That is something that the Potros are going to need to be on the lookout for sure. I mean, that throw-in had the height of a good corner, so definitely something that these Potros players are going to have to look out for. As of now, Barrow sends it forward, tries to find Lima, but a little mistouch there. But another mistake from UMA. Del Rio trying to stay on it. Good effort from both teams, though, trying to possess. UMA, good pass through there. Uranga showing some pressure.
And on this second attempt, manages to get it out for a goal kick. Shield it out, I should say. And the winner of this match will play against the winner of the Mid-Atlantic Conference, which is also taking place this weekend. AC Raleigh, and I apologize, I don't have the other team's name. I think it's AFC Raleigh. So 2 North Carolina teams. No details on when or where that match will be played as of now, but they've got to win this one first. Here's Velez. Puts a cross in. Paul gets to it first. Second ball is going to be in Verona's hands. And, you know, we talked about UMA's throw-ins and set pieces, but from last week, the way that Potros defended, particularly in that second half against Georgia Revolution, I don't think that they're going to be too worried or too concerned about dealing with those. Especially with the likes of Kwesi Paul and Omar Barrow and Benjamin Uranga.
And Busker sends it to Mbomio. It was about to be good, but Mbomio trying to flick it ended up directly in the back of a UMA player. So UMA on the pressure. Kwesi Paul, though, showing up. Gets it to Van Busker. Van Busker finds Lima. Lima looking for options. Lima on the run. Foul in the back there, and I think we're even going to see our first yellow card of the match.
Yellow card shown to number 27, Majari. In the 11th minute, first yellow of the match, fouling Pedro Lima as he was breaking through.
And this could be a dangerous free kick here. As players line up, it looks like Del Rio is going to be the one to take it.
Goes short to Van Buskirk.
Quick 1-2 from Lima, back to Del Rio. Del Rio looking for something, shoots it, and it's heavy on the wide there. It's going to be a goal kick for UMAFC.
One thing that you can see it on the screen, but you can feel it when you're here in the stadium, is the heat and the sun in this first half might play a part. So Gervinos from UMA will have to deal with the sun in his face for this first half. Most of the defense for Potros currently in the shade. As the game goes on, the shade will take over the whole field. But a chance here for UMA as Diyo gets forward, but Uranga beats him to it.
Yeah, Uranga with the jets there. Absolute speed to get there.
And Evan Diyo is going to be a player that is going to be familiar for Coach Frankie Ruiz, as a player for him at Reinhardt University.
Beautiful flick on there from Lima to Mbomio.
Here's Van Buskirk, has pressure from Velez. Does well to keep it and goes back to Barrow.
Kwesi Paul taking it out of the back line, finds Van Buskirk.
Good composure there with the pressure on his back to find his teammate. But the second one picked out by UMA's defense, and now pressure from Potros forcing the ball out of play, forcing the defender to clear it out. Those who have been around for a while with Potros will recognize Austin Anderson from UMA, had previously played under Potros in the 2021 season.
Engel with a huge throw into Mbomio. Mbomio unable to get there, though. Heavy pressure from Potros, though, as they try to find these holes. UMA, though, on the attack now.
Great work there from Greenberg to clean that up.
Yeah, huge from Greenberg there to clean that one up. They opt to get it back to Verona. Verona clears it out.
A little help from the bounce. And now Van Busker picks that one out and a chance to release Mbomio. A ball over the top. It's going to fall to Mbomio's feet. Has support coming from Del Rio. Now finds him. Del Rio at the edge of the box. Just gets the ball clipped away from him by Majari, and it's going to roll out for a corner kick.
Yep, that's going to be a corner kick here for Potros. And we've already seen the last one was a little dangerous, so... And we've already seen that the last corner was a little dangerous, so definitely expect to see something out of this one as well.
Del Rio going to be taking it. Kwesi Paul coming in late into the box. Goes to the back post. Uranga doesn't get his head to it, but able to get the second one. No, he won't be able to keep it in play.
Yeah, good work there from Uranga. It was just a little too high. He rips the ball away, though. He's looking for something. He's still on it. Gets it back to Van Buskirk. Van Buskirk looking for options now. Angle on it, and they just opt to go the cool, calm, and collected route and play from behind, from the defense.
These two teams met earlier in the season. Potros came away with a 3-1 win.
Oh, and Van Buskirk was looking to absolutely thread the needle to find Mbomio there.
Nearly found him.
Nearly found him. Absolutely great work from both teams on that play.
Nazario and Mbomio got a hat trick that last time out against UMA. The Golden Boot winner for the season.
Kwesi Paul with another header win, naturally.
Aiden Collins coming away with the second ball, though. Here's Velez trying to put it into a dangerous area. It bounces, but Verona off his line, able to get to it. Here's Dadinho coming in deep to pick up the ball. Has runners in front of him. Goes to the feet of Del Rio. Tried to flick it one time to Mbomio, but just misjudged it. And now wins a free kick on the second attempt.
And a call there on UMA. Del Rio back on the ball.
No call given that time, but play continues with Potros.
Oh, and Dadinho a little cheeky there, trying to just flick it onto Mbomio. And Buskirk's on it, finds Lima. Lima has the ball out wide. Lima's famous for getting the ball in these. Has one. Unable to get it there, though. Out to Van Buskirk. Van Buskirk passes to Mbomio. Del Rio's on it. Del Rio tried to have one there. It bounced off of a UMA player, though, I believe. So this is going to be another Potros corner.
Love to see Del Rio taking shots from the edge of the box.
Oh, no, absolutely. He's definitely bound to put one of those in, too, if you let him.
Yeah, trying to test the keeper early on in this game. Trying to make it difficult for UMA, especially with that sun in his face. Make it difficult for him to see the ball as it comes in. We'll see if they can get anything from this one. Cross in. Uranga gets his head to it. A second ball.
So close. Good job from Uranga there, too. I mean, absolutely crucial for him positioning-wise. Tried to get it in there, or even flick it on, but wasn't able to.
Yeah, he got enough to put it towards goal, but the second ball bounced, and Avgervinos, this is going to be a hard one to continue to pronounce correctly, he was able to see it into his hands. Long ball now from Collins. Angle dealt with it and puts it out for a throw.
Huge from Angle there. It was just him. I mean, he had to make that one happen. Very good job from that player to stay cool, calm, and collected in that one.
Stanton going to be looking to go over the top of Barrow. Barrow read it well. And now a throw-in from deep. And again, another opportunity for UMA. Throw-ins from these positions are just as dangerous as corners or free kicks.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, based off of the last throw-in we saw, it looked better than some corners
and we saw them do it against Dalton. We saw them do it against Kalanji and just cause danger the entire time.
Here's going to be the long throw-in. They're prepping for it.
Barrow wins it. Second ball. Still with UMA. Greenberg doing well to cut off the cross.
Yeah, Greenberg absolutely putting the pressure on, not allowing anything. Huge Greenberg fan for sure. And then the clearance on top of it. Love to see it.
The evolution of Evan Greenberg over the last 2 seasons has been incredible to watch. His dancing feet, how he defends so well. And a chance here as Van Busker picked that one out. And Bomeo with some space in front of him. Has pressure from Collins. Still in Bomeo trying to get past Collins. Collins does an excellent job to win that one back. And Bomeo trying to win back as well. Ball still with Potros. Del Rio. To Angle. Plays it across, but no one there for Potros. UMA looking for the space to clear, but goes short instead. And a quick flick will fall to Velez with some space.
Yes, a good job from Collins there from the UMA side, as Mbomio looked like he was gone, but Collins definitely wasn't allowing for it.
A run from behind. The yellow flag stays down. Puts a cross in. Dealt with by Barrow. It will be a corner. First corner of the match for UMA.
Yeah, Barrow opting to just go ahead and kick it out, not give an opportunity, an unnecessary opportunity. This is going to be UMA's first corner?
Yes, first corner of the match.
Yeah,
for UMA.
They just had so many throw-ins that look like corners, you know.
Yep. We'll see what they do from the corner kick. This time they've got Stanton on Verona in the goal. He's the one who's been taking the throw-ins. This time he's in the box. He's a pretty tall player. Might be the target for them.
Yeah, they're putting heavy pressure on Verona there.
But dealt with well by Paul. Here's Dadinho. If he can turn, it could be dangerous. But has pressure from Collins, who has been good so far.
Greenberg looking for Mbomio, unable to get it there. UMA on the attack now. But once again, Greenberg not allowing for him to be passed.
Now throwing from the far side. We'll see if they leave it. Yeah, we see Stanton coming over. So even from the far side, they'll have their right back come all the way over to the left side to take it.
Yeah, that might leave a hole there for a counter. You know, that's an interesting decision there.
Yeah, we don't see the left back moving over, so we'll see how they shift, and if they can finish the play, then it won't matter.
Yeah, I mean, considering how far he can throw, I also understand it.
But here's a chance. Stanton with the throw. Verona wins it. And now they have a chance to counter, like you said. The space is open on this right-hand side. Or the near side, I should say. Depending on which direction you're facing, it would be the right-hand side.
Potros still on it. Dadinho on the ball. Gets it back to Greenberg. Playing from the back line. Paul sends one. Mistake from UMA there, though. Van Busker ends up with it. Finds Lima. Lima's on the run. Lima has one. And it's high. Good effort there from Lima, though. We love seeing those out-of-the-box shots, regardless.
So possibly a little bit of nerves from the players not getting their shots as they probably trained throughout the week. A little bit of anxiousness with them. So we cut back to live play. And now Avgerinos. His clearance headed forward, and Potros will be able to possess safely.
Sending it back to Verona. Verona's going to be looking for options. He opts to just get it back to Barrow. Now Barrow's having some fun as well, playing with the back line. I see Paul sends another one. Looking wide for Lima. Lima's on it. Great pass there. Kwesi Paul to Lima. Lima's trying to do some fancy footwork. Finds the middle. Del Rio leaves it for Van Busker. Unable to do anything with that one, though. Uranga able to find the ball. UMA on the attack now, though. Heavy pressure from Uranga. UMA still on it, though. Kwesi Paul came out heavy there, and that's going to be a foul. That's going to just be a stern talking to there for Kwesi Paul.
Ball put into play. Here's Majadi. Looking for Sosa on the far side. I believe that's Sosa.
Oh, and once again, Greenberg not allowing for anything. I mean,
Yeah.
shielded the ball. He's ready for the throw in.
We mentioned about Greenberg earlier. His evolution and his journey has been one that's been incredible, from professional competitive dancing, I should say, as a child, and then switched to soccer, had to convince his parents. His podcast episode on our YouTube channel, he talks about all of this if you want to check it out at some point.
It looks like Potros are developing something here. Ben Buskirk finds Lima. Lima tried to get cheeky with it. Couldn't get past the UMA player, though. Now UMA on the attack. UMA's pushing. Has one. Verona. Little slip there from Verona. Could have been dangerous, but it's all good in the end of the day. Now Verona sends it out to Lima. Lima with a good first touch. But UMA, once again, UMA clears it to Del Rio. Del Rio plays it out wide to Dadinho. Dadinho's looking for something. Finds Mbomio. And then Mbomio gives it to Del Rio. Del Rio tries to get the pass to the middle. Unable to, though, unfortunately. Good job there from UMA on the defensive side as well. Potros back on it. Kwesi Paul playing with Barrow. Barrow to Van Buskirk. Buskirk to Lima. Lima getting fancy with it. There's Lima. Sends Dadinho. Dadinho receives it. Dadinho. And Dadinho's heavy on the shot there. Once again, just like you said, Chris, I believe it's possible that, you know, the nerves are impacting. You know, it's a final, you know. I think definitely something's afoot on both sides.
Yeah, neither team really getting a hold of the match so far. It's been pretty back and forth. This opportunity from UMA was probably the closest so far. Verona almost spilled it, but got the second ball. And keeping it still at 0-0 as we reach the 25th minute.
Still a lot of ball left to play here. Greenberg sends it out to Dadinho. Dadinho, fancy with it. Tries to get it back to Greenberg. Greenberg's still on it. Somehow, mistake there from Greenberg, though. But UMA with the clearance, ultimately with Kwesi Paul receiving the ball. Switch there from Paul to Barrow. Barrow's moving, pushing forward a little bit. Finds Lima. Lima with the turn. Lima's moving. Lima's still on it. And Lima has one. But it's wide. A good effort there from Lima, though.
A nice run there from Pedro Lima. He saw the pressure. He knew the player on his back was Majadi, the one who received the yellow card earlier, so he could not foul him.
Absolutely.
And took the space that was given to him and managed to get into a shooting position, but not able to get it on target. And we will now pause for a hydration break as the game was about 90 degrees at kickoff, which on the turf in the sun probably feels closer to 95.
Yeah, with the heat index, I mean, that's anywhere from 95 to 100 degrees out there.
But as the game goes, the field will continue to get covered in shade, and that temperature will drop. We'll expect the speed of the game to pick up by the second half, and that one there from Lima just didn't get the contact that he probably was looking for.
Yeah, Lima could have definitely left it off there for Dadinho, though. Dadinho was sitting there; he was ready to go. But at the end of the day, you know, it's a whole lot different being out there on the field than being up here calling it. You know.
Yeah, and we talked about also this being a final. Lima being a young player, saw the opportunity, felt probably the pressure, probably felt the chance to be the hero and went for it. You know, if he would have put that in, it would have been amazing goal. But he's they'll grow into the game. The key right now is to don't make a key mistake. Keep on building up. And we've seen from the previous matches that UMA, they might start the game one way and end the game a completely different way. So they cannot get comfortable. They cannot be happy with the 0-0. They've got to keep putting the pressure on. They've got to keep trying to force errors. And when they get the opportunities, they've got to take them.
No, absolutely in agreement with that. Especially, you know, there's been, I would say, anywhere from 3 to 5 goal-scoring opportunities for Potros. You know, those are definitely going to be needed to be taken a little calmer. You know, the holes are opening and the opportunity is available. It's just a matter of getting the finish. You know, especially like how you brought up earlier. You know, UMA looks like this right now, but by second half, it could be a completely different team. So definitely something Potros are going to have to keep striving for and keep the pressure on as they continue to look for the gaps in the field. And it looks like we have our players returning to the field after that water break.
One thing that's pretty interesting for this UMA team as we look down at the bench, I do not believe they have their head coach, Joe Hawoon. And we've following him on social media. I believe he was out of the country this week. I believe doing some recruitment or some coaching classes in South Korea, his native country. So they've got the assistants today. They've got William Bailey and Brent Collins helping out on the bench while Hawoon is away. And interesting to see if that plays a part, as we saw in the previous matches. So many changes from Hawoon. If they are going to be pre-planned or adjusted during the game, we're not sure, but those changes made a huge difference. Now, game back underway. Here's Potros on the attack. Del Rio. Bebel Del Rio looking for an option. Doesn't have a lot in front of him. Has to go back to Van Buskirk. Potros playing a little bit more calm. And now the cross comes in from Greenberg. Falls to the feet of Mbomio. Wide to Lima. Lima from a tight angle. Just can't get it down.
Yeah, unfortunately, Lima's just ending up way too under that ball there, and it's just sending it to the moon. But definitely a great job there from Potros on the attacking front. I mean, Mbomio, huge from him there to shield off, to give him enough ability to send that pass to Lima. And then, Lima pretty much wide open there for the shot. Could have definitely taken a little more time on that one, but nerves obviously being a factor here.
Yeah, the 19-year-old Pedro Lima just not getting his shooting correct today.
Yeah. We're gonna have goal kick here from UMA. That's gonna be Averginas.
And apologies earlier, we thought it was Aller in the front. It was actually Holstrom. It was hard to see the 1 on his back, so we thought it was 5. It was 15. And here is Holstrom now with a nice turn. He's come into the midfield now. Velez has gone up front, who's been the most dangerous player for UMA so far in this game, has been Velez.
In UMA, I mean, they all push to the back to defend, and it seems like a grand majority of them push forward for the attack. So definitely an interesting play style being implemented from them. So far, good pass, though. Oh, and that's going to be offside. So looks like Kwesi Paul asking for the offsides was a good call indeed.
Yeah, good work from the Potros FC defensive line to hold their line. Dio made his run early. They let him go. They didn't drop off with him, allowed him to be offside.
And Barrow here receiving the ball. Gets it out to Engel. Engel sends it. Tries to find Mbomio.
Anderson wins the first header. Second ball falls to the head of Del Rio. Now has some work to do to keep possession. Tries to get around Holstrom.
And Del Rio now was fighting for that ball, but just couldn't get it past Holstrom there.
Yep. Here's Velez now. Tried the little back heel flick, but didn't touch it, and it will go up for UMA throw. Majari trying to get around. And now Stanton will come on the ball for the throw. Looking for a long throw. Goes over the top of Engel. Finds Velez. Velez puts a cross in with the left foot. Sosa getting across, but Greenberg able to help it on its way and won't be able to keep it in play, though. Wins a throw-in in the end.
Good effort from Greenberg nonetheless, so that could have been absolutely dangerous.
From up here, it looked like the refs got that one wrong, if I'm being honest. I think it took a touch off Greenberg, but they're down there on the field and we're up here, so we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. And we shouldn't really say anything against Potros, should we?
I hear you. But here we are playing from the back line is the Potros. Barrow's on the ball. Sends it out to Engel. Barrow tried to send it, but a little mistake there. Verona's going to have to come out for it. And Verona back with Barrow. Barrow doing his best to get out of there. Sends it to Greenberg. Greenberg back with Paul. Paul sending the long cross, or the long ball there. Tries to find Mbomio. Lima also trying to show for it. Unable to, though. UMA on the attack.
Here's Burnett coming forward from the left back. We haven't said his name yet. It's hard to see from the far side. But Dadinho winning it back and now trying to attack down the line. Has 2 UMA players and wins a throw-in off of them.
Greenberg's going to be the one to take this throw-in.
Will be interesting to see how the benches play a part. Notably for UMA, one of their top scorer of the season, Davis Knight, starts on the bench. And for Potros, they've also got some heavy hitters on the bench. Sean McKeever, Manuel Carrillo, to name a few. Jimmy Lee Noel. One player not on the bench is Christian Watson, who was sent off last match. So he will be suspended. A chance here for Dio, who got behind Barrow. Barrow strong. But they're going to say he committed a foul.
And that's a dangerous place to be right there for the Potros.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Ethan Bruns, the center ref for today, has been not calling. There's been a lot of similar plays like that, and he has not been calling them, but he decides to go with a foul that time. Assistant referees for today are Griffin Westbrook and Carlos Rondon. Fourth official, Adonis Merritt. So Bruns making a decision here that's going to put UMA in a dangerous position from the free kick.
Yeah, definitely a dangerous place to be in right now.
And Velez is over it, left-footed. Could try to curl it into the goal, but it's a very tight angle. Verona opting with a 3-man wall. Or could go for the cross. We'll see. Paul gets across to it.
Huge from Paul, I mean. And Mbomio now trying to find the counter, sends it out to Del Rio. Del Rio's on the run, but he's getting swallowed quick. Huge slide there for UMA. It's going to be a Potros throw in there. And right as many as UMA sent forward, they're sending just as many back. So it's a very interesting play style being implemented here.
Yeah, a hard-working team from UMA for sure. Everybody making the effort. They didn't get here for no reason. And that ball comes in. It comes off of Mbomio and will be a goal kick.
Yeah, definitely a lot of effort from both sides here.
Neither team able to crack the code just yet. With about 10 minutes remaining in this first half, plus added time, which we will get at least 1 or 2 for that hydration break.
Absolutely.
No other really notable stoppages in the game that will probably account to that so far. It's been a pretty clean game.
Heavy pressure from Mbomio there. Now Greenberg. Ben Buskirk. UMA still on the ball, though.
Yeah, good work there from Sosa.
Oh,
a nice flick on from Collins. Releases Diyo from a tight angle. Barrow gets across, and what a tackle there from Barrow. What a tackle.
Wow. Huge tackle from Barrow there. Absolutely necessary. I mean, wow.
And just had a couple yards ahead of Barrow. Barrow with his long legs able to get across and got enough to take that one out for a corner. And UMA with a really good chance to open the scoring there.
Yeah, that was absolutely dangerous. Shout out Barrow for that one because he certainly saved that goal from hitting the back of the net. Now UMA is going to take this corner here. Captain the one taking it. And it's cleared out. Del Rio showing for it. Del Rio pushing forward with it. Sends it to Mbomio. Mbomio's on it. He has Dadinho in the middle. He's going to be looking for something. Oh, but Mbomio unable to get it past the UMA defense there. And Buskirk on the heavy pressure. Trying to get that ball. Greenberg tried to clear it. UMA still on it after all of that. UMA looking for options.
UMA really growing into this game.
No, absolutely. Their attacking is looking rather heavy now. as they have one on the wide there, but Engel comes in sliding and actually hits off of the UMA player. So it's going to be a Potros throw and a huge clearance there from Engel. And Busker finds Mbomio there. Mbomio sends it out wide quickly to Dadinho. Dadinho's going to have to get out of there.
Dadinho finding Greenberg on the far side. Quick pass to the middle to Del Rio. Tackle there from Collins and called for a foul. Played quickly by Dadinho back to Del Rio. Goes back to Van Buskirk. Van Buskirk thought Greenberg was going to run in, and a little bit of a miscommunication. And UMA defending very well, deeply, with about 7 or 8 players all coming back and defending and making it very difficult for Potros to play through the lines. We saw a very similar situation last week against Kalanji Pro Profile.
Yeah, so far UMA is developing fast into this match. Their attacking fronts have looked quite different. Engel, though, receives that kick there. Mistake from him, though. Barrow tried to clear it, unable to, though. And that's going to be a Potros throw-in. Engel going to be the one to take this throw-in. Finds Lima. Lima tried to flick it, but a mistake from him there.
So far, Lima has really been the only one who's been able to really crack the defense, but his finishing has not been good enough so far. With 5 minutes remaining in the half, plus added time. Ball thrown in. Van Busker gets across, but his touch was only enough for Collins to get still under control. Here's Collins again, trying to play with Velez. And now that ball will be picked up by Uranga at first, but Velez flicked it on, and Barrow's tackle on Collins. Now Uranga's tackle, and a very aggressive play here in the midfield, going back and forth. Neither team wants to allow either one to be able to have any time or space. Here's Sosa. Does well to cut back. The very low center of gravity from that player allows him to be very agile.
Once again, a huge effort from Barrow there. I mean, absolutely being crucial in this defense.
And now Greenberg trying to settle the game down, finds the feet of Mbomio. Del Rio able to flick in and keep it under control. Now Lima. Lima gets past one. Goes with Dadinho. Dadinho turns and tries the shot, but it was not enough power on it. Does go into the hands of Avgerinos.
Good effort for both Lima and Dadinho on this one.
But just not enough power on the shot. And again, at least that one was on target. But not anything that's been really dangerous on these shootings so far.
Yeah, so far Averingas hasn't been tested too much.
Here's Holstrom. Trying to play it in behind to Velez, but it's going to be too far, and Verona will come away with it. First controls it with his feet. Thought about going short to Greenberg, but decides to slow the game down and try to settle it, as UMA have definitely been getting some momentum in the last 10 minutes or so. And we've seen many times throughout the season this Potros team having similar situations where they haven't had their best games, their best performances, but they've been strong. They've had the best defensive record in the regular season and into the playoffs.
Lima receives the ball on the wide there. Still on it is Lima. Lima trying to do something with it. Finds Del Rio. Del Rio's on it. Del Rio's getting swallowed by the defense, though. Gets it back to Lima. Lima clears it out to Uranga. Uranga finds Greenberg. Greenberg with Del Rio. Del Rio.
He thought about it. Decided to go with Lima instead, and now Van Buskirk trips up on the play. Paul misses that one. A chance here for Velez if he can turn. Has Greenberg on his back. Greenberg's got to be careful. Does enough to put him off.
Oh, huge defensive play so far from Potros.
Yeah.
As I mean, UMA have been dangerous on multiple occasions.
A rare misjudgment of the ball from Kwesi Paul.
And literally rare. I mean, very rare.
But Greenberg, Barrow, Uranga, and Engel all reacted extremely quickly to not allow any danger from that. The ball still in the ball here, and the long switch was too long for Stanton, and now Engel tried to get the ball in play as Stanton was out of position, and Stanton came and ran over and pushed the ball away. Referee just giving him a warning this time. A goal before halftime could change this game.
Oh, 100%.
For either team.
A goal for either team completely switches the dynamic of this game.
Question is, who can be the one to unlock the other team's defense?
Completely agreed with that. So far, UMA's looking a lot closer to that front than the Potros. So Potros are definitely going to need to wake up a little on this one.
Yeah, a little bit of impatience there from Engel as he plays the ball into Holstrom. Holstrom now able to connect with Sosa. Has Brunette coming up forward. Brunette takes the space in front of him. Dadinho coming back to defend. Chance here for Collins. Gets a nice turn. Still Collins. And good work again from the Potros defense to cut it all out.
Once again, Barrow, though, being the final man there to make the clearance and make the defense happen. So far, Barrow being absolutely crucial in this defense.
So far for Potros, it seems like the ones who might be able to unlock this defense would be either Del Rio or Lima. They've been the ones who have been getting into dangerous positions, but haven't really been able to capitalize yet. Bormio not really involved very much in the game so far.
Yeah, just a little more patience is going to be needed. I mean, on all the occasions in which they've had shooting opportunities, they just, quickly went for it, even though there was time.
A bad giveaway there from Lima.
Wesley Paul pushing all the way past the mid. Wesley Paul. I don't think I've seen Wesley Paul do that before.
Well, he had them going backwards and had the momentum. He just continued his run. Now he stays forward for the time being. Could be an option in the front. And now Dadinho running down the line, but gets stopped there by Brunette. And Aller now playing the ball forward, but Van Buskirk picks it out quickly to not allow anything through the middle. Now into added time, we see a signal from the fourth official, but I can't pick it out from up here. I believe it was either a 2 or a 3.
Yeah, anywhere between 2 or 3 minutes of added time for this. Barrow coming out again. Tried to find Lima. Unable to, though. UMA on the attack now.
Stanton with a lot of space. No pressure on him yet. Gets it to Holstrom. Holstrom trying to go 1v1. Finds Dio's feet. And now Engel gets his head in the way. And wins a free kick as well for a dangerous play. As Dio put his leg up as Engel was heading that ball. Verona going to push his players forward as we reach the dying seconds of this half. If it was 2 minutes added, these will be the final seconds. If it's 3 minutes, we'll get about a minute extra. Del Rio wide to Greenberg. Greenberg seeing him. Bormio trying to make a run. Aller wins the first header. Second ball bouncing between the UMA players, and now eventually got back to Advir Enos and headed by Paul back into the mixer. Here's Van Buskirk. 2 players go down. A foul called against UMA. Lima was the one who was taken out.
Let's hope that he's okay as well. He's grabbing his leg rather tight there.
I didn't get a very good view. We'll see on the replay what exactly happened. But again, that ball just kind of bouncing back and forth. Very aggressive in the midfield. Yeah, and there, Majadi, he put the leg in as Lima was coming across and just completely clipped him. Don't think it was intentional. Don't think he saw the player coming, but had the trailing leg. Referee gives him a little bit of a warning as he's coming up from the ground. He is on a yellow card from an earlier foul. Didn't get anything for that one. Don't think that it was merited. But a free kick here for Potros now into the 3rd minute of added time. This will probably be the last opportunity of the half.
I believe Van Buskirk's going to be the one to take this one.
And Kwesi Paul getting forward.
Oh, so they're definitely going to be looking for some options. Quite a few players going up on that one.
Van Buskirk's cross to the back post. Paul.
Whoa! And Paul was there just waiting for it. Even he himself is disappointed in that one, but that's okay. That is just fine. You know, even for him to be there, you know, is important.
It was a great ball from Van Buskirk. Saw Paul open, but just did not get the contact. And that brings us to halftime. Potros 0, UMA 0. You can see Potros with 9 shots, 2 on target. UMA with 4, 2 on target as well. And we'll be back to bring you the second half action in just a few minutes.
Attention, we have a lost cell phone in the press box. If you are missing a cell phone, please come to the press box. Attention, we have a lost cell phone in the press box. If you are missing a cell phone, please come to the press box.
Así de caída, sin esperanza de ganar la final. So the next thing is bring out.
Attention, you have a lost cell phone in the press box. If you are missing a cell phone, please come to the press box.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast of the UPSL Georgia Conference Premier Division semifinal action between Potros FC and Georgia Revolution. We're getting ready for kickoff here. Both of these teams are looking to get their spot into the playoff final against UMA FC.
Guys, go in, be confident, trust each other, trust each other's position, and help each other for your definite. Everybody got it. This streak's just going to go all the way. Break it down. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Come on, boys.
Everybody?
All the work that we've done to get to this point, we've already done. Now we just can enjoy it. Go out there and love the game. That's all that matters. Let's go. Let's go, boys.
Potros on 3! 1, 2, 3! Potros!
Dangerous pass here for the GA Revs. Has one, and it's in the back of the net. The GA Revs able to get one pretty early on into this match. 2 minutes and 55 seconds inside.
Bibble puts the cross in. Ward punches away. Way to Van Busker. Tried to put it back into the box and gets blocked. Uranga picking it out. Tripped and a penalty.
A clip on the back foot on Uranga there. Yeah, that's going to be a penalty there.
But it will be a penalty kick here for Potros. In the 14th minute, Dadinho steps up. Dadinho, goal!
In the back of the net is Mark Dadinho.
Wide to Greenberg. Greenberg's cross to the back post. Into the goal!
It's going to get more dirty. Yeah, this is a semi-final match, you understand? It's going to get more dirty. Be prepared in your head right now. These going to be flying at you. Be prepared, be disciplined, be structured, trust the system.
Hey, that trap we've set in the back line is working. Let's just keep the line high. Yeah. Keep the line strong, and we play simple, alright?
Yeah, let's go, boys. Come on, boys.
Focus on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Looking for options. What's the real? The real lines it up, and he has one. LDD down. Now Real. Agosto Bevel Del Rio with his beautiful lasso.
Potross FC will host the UPSL Georgia Conference playoff final here next week on Saturday. It will be a 7 p.m. kickoff against UMA FC. A great performance here, especially in that second half. 0 shots from Georgia Revolution in that second half. 17 shots to 5 in the end. And Potros make it to the final. They've got one more to get into the national playoffs. Can they go all the way this year? Time will tell.
Ready?
Welcome back for the second half. Potros FC versus UMA FC in this conference final championship match. Potros having more chances, not much better chances. Both teams have had decent chances, but no team really able to have that clear opportunity to take the lead. We'll see how these teams line up in the second half, if any changes are made, if any changes in the terms of how they play. But we're getting ready for the second half. Potros FC will kick us off.
So, Chris, as we approach the second half, how are you feeling?
I feel good. I think that the first half, we saw UMA do the same thing we saw them do against Alton and Kanji Pro Profile. And the second half, if it's anything those other matches have anything to say about it, this match will definitely open up in the second half. And we might see one of these two teams take advantage of an opportunity, and could be the difference as they try to put their ticket to the national playoffs. Correct. If the game ends in a draw, we will play 2 15-minute extra time periods. If it's still drawn after that, we will go to a penalty kick shootout. Changes from Potros. No substitutes. I think they're ready to kick off.
And we're off, ladies and gentlemen. Second half of this game underway. Quickly getting the ball to Dadinho. Dadinho pushed off. UMA pushing again.
Oh, a chance here.
Oh, and it looks like UMA is on the through there, but Wesley Paul refusing. Wesley Paul making a statement there. Not happening today. That's going to be a foul on UMA there.
And that was number 11 for UMA who was on that attack. I believe that was one of the subs. That's Davis Knight, the top goal scorer, now on. Looks like he replaced Evan DeYo. So at least one change so far for UMA, bringing on their season's top scorer, which almost had that opportunity there, but Kwesi Paul proved to be too physical for Davis Knight to break free. Here's Angle going against Holstrom, fouled.
Yeah, a bit of a pull there from the UMA. Potros is going to get a free kick here, though. It's going to be Barrow. Takes it quickly to Ananga. Ananga to Greenberg. Greenberg with the long ball there. Beautiful ball looking for Van Busker. But Busker coming unable to reach it. Kind of heavy there from Ethan. Oh.
Yeah, the referee said no. Did not agree, and now the ball forward from UMA, picked out by Dadinho. Brunette to take the throw, looking for Knight. Knight's header goes straight up. Collins on the second one, but Dadinho called for a foul. Interesting call there as Dadinho did not jump for it, neither did Uranga. Collins was the only one who jumped up. Jumped a little too early, and the ball fell to Dadinho, but a foul was called. Chance for Verona to release Mbomio, going long, trying to find him. Mbomio does enough to flick it down, and Van Buskirk picks up the loose ball. Chance here early on, finding Lima. Lima keeps it in. Just picked out by Anderson for UMA. But if that one had gone past Anderson, it was falling to the feet of Dadinho in a position where he rarely misses.
Yeah, absolutely. Good position there. Romeo receives this ball. Finds Van Busker. Busker back up to Lima. Lima's moving forward, using that fancy footwork of his. Has one! Oh, and an absolute test for the keeper there is Lima. Absolutely has a perfect shot there. And, I mean, just crucial there from Lima. And also a huge congratulations to Aberdeen as well, as he was able to get that out of the back of the net. Greenberg throws it into Bomio. Bomio shifting off, looking for something.
No call. Play continues. Oh, now the flag goes up. And a corner kick actually called, so the ball went out before UMA was able to get through, but that opportunity there, great save from Lambros. And welcome to the broadcast of the UPSL Georgia Conference.
He almost had one earlier in the first half. Let's see what we can do here on this.
Yeah, great save from Avgerinos. Had to stretch down for that one. Chance here. Bevel puts the cross in. Headed by UMA, but only to the center. But now they have a chance to break with control. Ball played forward. Angles clearance hits off of the UMA player, and now Greenberg just plays it forward to get it away from safety, away to safety, out away from danger. And now UMA back under control. Here's Brunette. Fouled by Del Rio. And a yellow card going to be shown on that one.
And Del Rio not happy about that one whatsoever.
So Just as the teams make some changes at halftime, so can the referees. And what was not given fouls, the fouls that were not given are not shown cards in the first half, might be fouls and yellow cards in the second half, it seems. Anderson puts the ball into a dangerous place. Paul, the first one to it. Header falls to Bomio at the half field. Put it into a place with 3 UMA players around. Del Rio had a hard time to control that one.
Engel working hard for it, though. UMA still controlling, but Van Busker rips it out. It's to Barrow. Barrow sends one. Able to get it to anybody, though. Duranga comes, kicks it out. A header there from the defense. UMA able for Abgarinas to get out.
Good awareness from the UMA defender to know where his keeper was.
Engel doing a good job there.
Shows you the midfield battle, because neither of these teams really able to kind of get control or composure in the middle of the field. It's been a very frantic match with the ball kind of just being sent forward into a space and trying to hoping that it comes to a teammate. That's going to be a foul against Lima, who's on the ground. He jumped up for the header. Player from UMA went through his back.
Let's hope that he's okay.
Barrow playing short to Oranga. Now Paul. Plays it through to Del Rio. Del Rio's touch a little bit up. Has pressure from Collins. Stelp with pressure on Del Rio. Fouled. And that's going to be a foul called on Collins, as he pulled the arm of Del Rio as he tried to turn.
And honestly, Del Rio, I and Busker looking like he's going to get it. Pedro Lima's on it. Pedro Lima tried to have one there, but was unable to, unfortunately.
Game's starting to heat up a bit. Now the entire field is covered in shade, so definitely going to be easier conditions to deal with. Still pretty warm, around the mid-80s. But definitely a lot cooler in that shade than it would have been in the first half. Foul called against Van Buskirk that time. Here's Holstrom trying to get it in behind. Davis Knight coming across it. A foul there, hard foul against Paul. That's going to possibly be a card on that one. This Davis Knight just went through the back of, and that's definitely a yellow card.
That's going to be a yellow card for Davis Knight. May stop scorer.
Yeah,
I see Paul is really hurt.
Very similar to the one that we saw from Christian Watson last week. Just unnecessary in that position of the field. Just possibly frustration building up, and after the last play that Paul completely used his body to get in between, tried to take him out, that could have possibly been even a red card.
Yeah, very.
Just from behind, no attempt for the ball.
Yeah, I'm not. Paul's really hurt.
No changes yet from Frankie Ruiz. We want him to be able to make changes based on the game and the tactics and not being forced to make changes. So hopefully Kwesi Paul will be okay to continue. Just a completely unnecessary challenge there from Davis Knight on Kwesi Paul.
Yeah, not quite.
the heat of the final. Sometimes it makes you make decisions. Slow to his feet currently. No, that's Pedro Lima at the halfway getting instructions from one of the assistant coaches. So no substitute yet. Latrell Bradshaw is up on his feet, but not getting ready for the game. I think Kwesi Paul will continue. He's back on the field now. A bit of a limp, but he'll run it off.
On a heart here, Kwesi Paul. He comes back onto the field ready for action.
Verona sending the players forward, going to be sending this one out of the danger area.
And here we are, back on the attack. It's UMA doing a huge job there.
So apologies for those at home. I think we might have lost Richard's mic for just a minute, but it looks like he's back up. So you might have heard him faintly for a few minutes, but we are back here. Omar Barrow looking for an option to play forward. Goes to Angle. Back across to Paul. Now Greenberg. Potros playing a little bit more patiently in the second half, not forcing the ball until they need to, like that one. Over behind.
Dadinho pushing for that one. Unable to, though. It's way too long.
Didn't curl back into the field. It just went wide, and neither player was able to get to it at the advantage of UMA. Brunette putting the ball forward. Van Buskirk. Majadi winning that header against Del Rio. Del Rio a little bit slow to get up. And now a chance here as Holstrom gets around Greenberg, and Paul with a great tackle there.
Paul once again. Paul once again. Huge slide from him.
Great recovery as Greenberg was beat. Paul did enough to get across and stop the attack forward. Barrow now picking out that cross, but only as far as Collins. Now flicked forward by Velez to Sosa. And now UMA starting to put the pressure on, and around the 60th minute as we expected. Here they come. They got numbers forward. A cross coming in from Stanton. All the way to the back post. Headed across. But can't get it on target.
And an extremely close shot there for UMA. Absolutely dangerous. They had the players in the box. I mean, the cross was good. The header was good. It just was high. Unfortunately, for UMA, not in the back of the net.
It's like clockwork for them. You see that clock gets close to the 60, and you see a complete shift. You saw they had 6 players on the offensive line there. Yep. We saw it against Dalton. We saw it against Kalanji Pro Profile, and now it's something Potros needs to be aware of.
Greenberg
something they need to be strong to deal with it. But that means there's going to be times opening up in the front, like this one here. Del Rio, a great tackle from Burnett. Lima, first touch was a little behind him, and second touch was not able to get it back under control. Now UMA with a chance to get forward.
And Van Buskirk was on a foot race there. Unable to reach it, though.
Sosa's touch is heavy. Still going. Dadinho picks up the loose ball as Sosa went down. Lima on the far side. Lima at the edge of the box. Plays it across. Behind Dadinho. Clearance wasn't great. Greenberg picks it up, looking for a cross. Was looking for Del Rio. Greenberg, no call. Flag goes up by the assistant referee, and now the foul called.
Oh, and let's hope that Evan Greenberg's okay, as he got fouled rather hard on that one.
We'll see that attack again as This is actually the save from Gervinos from earlier. But a free kick from a dangerous position. Del Rio and Van Buskirk over it. Van Buskirk setting up for the left-footed. Del Rio for the right foot. Gervinos getting his wall set up. Only elects for a 3-man wall. From this distance.
Definitely a dangerous position here for a free kick as well. Looks like Del Rio's going to take it.
Puts a cross in. Headed.
Oh, an absolute effort there from Kwesi Paul. I believe that was able to head it, crossed back in, still on it. Is Potros. Pedro Lima moves forward, and Del Rio tries to get through. Oh, and it's wide. What an incredible effort here from your Potros. I believe it's going to be a corner as well. Another goal-scoring opportunity for Potros here. And looking for another corner here is going to be Potros.
Lima looks like he's getting subbed off. So Sean McKeever will be the one to come in. First involvement will be on this corner kick. Cross comes in. Barrow!
And Barrow able to get ahead on it, but Aberguinas once again straight on it. Not too much of a test from him, but once again, a good effort nonetheless.
A long ball over the top, falling for Holstrom. A great tackle.
Oh,
what a tackle there from Barrow.
What an absolute tackle from Barrow. I mean, what incredible effort. Crucial from him. He's gone down with a little bit of pain. I hope that he's okay. But huge from Barrow there to recover there and get the ball out of almost a certain goal-scoring opportunity there.
This game has just completely opened up.
Yeah, it's a completely different game, just like Chris said earlier.
This was that chance from Barrow on the other side a second ago.
That's going to be a UMA corner. Very dangerous as well. Good job from Uranga there, though, to clear it out. No call there. UMA was looking for the PK.
And again, we mentioned, we've seen it going different decisions for different situations. From referee Ethan Bruns didn't decide to give a fellow there. And play continues on. Here's Barrow. Playing it forward to Mbomio, trying to get to it. Anderson gets to it instead. Del Rio has pressure. Didn't see the pressure coming from behind. Might be hard to hear with the crowd picking up here in Marietta.
Greenberg showing for the ball. Ultimately ends up clearing it, though. UMA is going to opt for a quick throw-in.
A trip there by Knight on Kwesi Paul.
Few words exchanged there between Knight and Kwesi Paul.
So one change from both teams. Sean McKeever and Davis Knight. One apiece. Things starting to heat up in the last 7-8 minutes.
Greenberg going to be back on this throw-in once again. Unable to get it there, though. Del Rio trying to fight for it. Oh, mistake there from Barrow, though. UMA still on the ball. And a foul called on Potros there is a bit of a clip in the back foot there.
UMA now pushing players forward. Played forward by Aller. Chested down by Collins, but Sosa wasn't able to control. It'll be a Potros throw.
Yeah, that was a good touch there from Collins for Sosa, but Sosa unable to read the play there. Greenberg throws it in. Del Rio getting beat to the ball, though. Pass sent to Knight. Knight still on the front foot. Barrow trying to fight for it there. Greenberg huge there. Clearance out to Dadinho. Dadinho sending it out. That's Engel on the run. Engel's on the run. And Engel unable to get it past the midfield, though.
He had the opportunity to release it, and it's actually going to be a UMA throw. That's an interesting decision there. It looked like it came off Collins from here. Throw in by Stanton. But referee said he stepped too much forward. I believe Brendan Fry is now getting some instructions from Frankie Ruiz. We'll see if he's going to be an option off the bench. Potentially.
UMA opting to throw it back to the defense instead of forward this time. And Bomio pressing hard, trying to do something there. Kwesi Paul can't get beat there. Verona. Huge from Verona to read that play there.
Trying to get it back underway quickly. The UMA player was quick to it, but committed a foul in the process against Del Rio, who was running backwards. The UMA player jumped over him instead of straight up.
Man, and I feel it for Del Rio. I mean, every ball, it seems like the players are just
they're
sitting on
playing
him.
balls over the top to Del Rio, and given his stature, putting him in a tough situation because it's going to be hard for him to get up on those. And here's Del Rio now with the ball at his feet. Cuts back. Left-footed shot!
Oh, love the effort from Del Rio, though. Absolutely love to see him put it in a more elaborate position and have one. Granted, it was high, but nonetheless a good effort from Del Rio there.
Chance is coming. Long ball played over. Paul gets his head to it. Goal kick went all the way to around the 25 American football yard mark line. So almost 3/4 of the field. Verona deciding to roll it out to Barrow. Now to Oranga in the midfield. Has to get this one right. Has pressure on him. No call.
So far, body's there. Greenberg, good job from Greenberg to clear it out to Van Buskirk there. Now on the counter is Potros. McKeever receives that ball. McKeever's on it. He's still moving and grooving with it. He tries something. Unable to get it to the mid there, but love the effort from McKeever there. He beats one, he beats two, and tries to get it to the corner so he can feed it into the middle, but unable to get that pass off, unfortunately.
Not surprising to see McKeever come on after his performance off the bench against Pachuca, and then the performance he gave also in the Georgia Revolution match starting. So comes in and immediately creates an opportunity. And now UMA will make a sub. It will be Majari who was replaced. He was on a yellow card early in the first half. Coming in for him. Will be number 9. We'll confirm name in a second.
Van Buskirk trying to get fancy with that one. Potros on it though. Van Buskirk gonna go trying for the quick throw in, but changes his mind, leaves it to Angle. Angle gonna throw it long, I believe. He gets it long in there. And Bomio gets a head on it, down to Dadinho. Greenberg shoots it, and it's high.
Speculative.
Approaching the minute 70 mark here. Chris, how are you feeling so far?
Game's definitely heating up, and any mistake now could be costly for either of these teams.
Yeah, absolutely agree with you. And it's just like you said, from that 60-minute point forward, it's been an absolutely different game.
And we did confirm that was Yamane for UMA who has come in, replacing Majari. Eber Sosa now moves centrally, and Yamane will play on this near side wing. UMA again, we saw it in the last 2 matches. We see it again today, completely putting a different pressure in the second half. Potros able to deal with it well so far. Oranga with a nice challenge there. Barrow tried to go over the top of Mizario and Bomio, one of his feet. Now played back to Adverginos. Clears only as far as Uranga. Has pressure from behind, but does well to keep it. Now needs to find an option. Here's Greenberg. Supporting inside. Goes across to Van Buskirk. Van Buskirk carrying forward. Looking for Dadinho. Quick touch to Bomio. Picked out by the UMA defense. Now UMA have a chance to counter themselves. Collins with some space. Trying to play it in between Barrow and Paul. Paul with the first touch a little bit heavy. Here's Knight. Tried to chip Verona, but wasn't going to get that one.
Yeah, little dangerous positioning there for UMA. Knight saw the keeper was out. Was definitely trying to be cheeky with it, but was a little high on the shot there.
And we'll pause now here for a hydration break in the second half. We saw one in the first half as well. Although the temperatures have dropped, it's still pretty warm and humid. Players will need a chance to rehydrate, cool down a second, and go for the last 20 minutes. 19 and counting.
And so far, back and forth battle between these two teams. I mean, this game looks completely different from conception to now. It's absolutely incredible being able to witness this. So far, it's really just a battle of who makes the first mistake, and it's really just going to boil down to whoever wants it more, quite frankly.
Potros winning the numbers game in terms of statistics, 15 shots to 6. But that's the only one that matters is the ones that go in. So far they have not been successful. The closest one came from Pedro Lima. I believe we have that one lined up here. Let's see. This one here is Van Busker got it wide to Lima. He's been replaced in this match, but he nearly found the opener here, forcing Lambros Avgerinos to stretch across the goal. Great feat from the UMA goalkeeper to get across his goal and stretch to keep that one out. But that was a difficult one to deal with for sure.
And the refs are calling for the players to return to the field. Looks like hydration break is drawing to an end.
We'll restart with a Potros goal kick. But this game, if it ends drawn, we will go to extra time.
And that is 2 15-minute halves, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
And here we are, hearing the whistle for the ball to start. Kwesi Paul receives it directly from Verona, sending it long to Del Rio. Del Rio one touching it to Van Buskirk. Van Buskirk looking for McKeever. McKeever's on it, finds Del Rio. Beautiful pass to Del Rio there. Del Rio looking to get fancy with it, but unable to keep it, unfortunately. That's going to be a goal kick at the end of the day.
A rare miscontrol from Bebel. Bomio putting the pressure on. Hasn't been too involved in this game as he would have liked. But here's McKeever with a chance to get into a dangerous position again. Still McKeever. Fouled. Hard foul, too. We might see a card on that one.
Yep, that's going to be a yellow card.
A yellow card shown. I believe that's to Velez. For UMA. So, third yellow card for UMA. One for Potros at this point. And we do have a substitute getting ready to come in for Potros. Believe it's Brendan Fry. If I'm not mistaken, we'll try to confirm in a second. Yes, it is Fry. Getting ready to come into the game. Who he will replace, we'll find out in the next chance as The free kick here. Del Rio is potentially one of the ones who might be replaced. Could finish his game off with an assist from this free kick.
And let's see it. Del Rio's been dangerous on these free kicks.
Puts the cross in. Uranga!
Oh, Uranga was looking for the bike there, but wasn't able to get under it, unfortunately.
And now the substitute will happen. Brendan Fry will enter the match for Potros, replacing Augusto Del Rio, his last contribution to this match.
And a great performance there from El Titiritero. Thank you for your contribution. And this season, we'll be looking forward to the next.
And hopefully it won't be his last. If Potros can find a way to win this match, they'll move on to the national playoff.
Yep, and that's Brendan Fry on for El Titiritero.
Goal kick played low, and Brendan Fry is getting his first touch of the match by picking that one out. And now a midfield battle. Mbomio comes away with it. Uranga's missed touch. Barrow there to help clean it up, and Engel will now have to go back to Verona. Has pressure from Holstrom. Verona forced to go long. Ball bounces behind. McKeever able to flick it on. Here's Mbomio. Dealt with by Anderson. Well.
And so far, Brandon Fry, first seconds on the field, gets a touch directly off of the goal kick.
Throw into Mbomio. Mbomio flicking on to Dadinho. Dadinho flicks forward, looking for McKeever. McKeever brings it down. And now Dadinho at the edge of the box. Left-footed shot. Blocks through traffic. Collins with a nice turn there. Gets past one, gets past two, and now able to release. Holstrom on a foot race with Kwesi Paul. Kwesi Paul gonna get to it first. Shielding the ball off for Verona.
And Kwesi Paul absolutely refusing to be beat in that position. Love to see the effort from Kwesi Paul.
I will say, though, what a performance from Aiden Collins for UMA. He's been incredible in this midfield.
Absolutely agree with that.
Here's John Engel. Uranga has pressure. Has to go back to Paul. Barrow has pressure now. Back to Verona. Now looking to skip the line, but only as far as the midfield. UMA with a chance to come forward. Here they are. Collins. Still Collins, but Greenberg's going to get to it. Comes back to Burnett. And now Sosa. McKeever there. A chance for Potros to break. But Badinho had pressure directly from Burnett. Was not able to get control. Still UMA. Here's Yamane. One of the substitutes. Sosa. UMA getting some control, and Aller playing across to Anderson. UMA with 7 players on the offensive line, trying to find them. McKeever heads down. It's going to bounce in between for Fry. Fry's touch was not able to redirect to Van Buskirk. Avgarinos now playing it forward again. Paul's going to get to that one. Sosa. A midfield battle. Uranga doesn't control the first one, but wins a free kick on the second one. The two captains right there meeting in the midfield. Uranga trying to get the ball back underway. Collins getting in the way, not allowing him to. Now the ball's back underway. Here's Engel. Tried to find Mbomio forward. Finds his feet. Mbomio with a nice turn. Nazario Mbomio!
Oh, good effort from Mbomio there. I love the cheeky little touch to himself there. And then tried to find the back of the net.
But straight to the hands of Avgarinos.
Here we are approaching minute 80. Roughly 10 minutes left of regular time. This game is still completely in the air as well. Back and forth battle for both teams.
Dying minutes, 10 minutes to go of regular time. Ball into the box. Still there at the edge of the box, and now falls to Yamane. And now cleared by Brunette, only as far as Greenberg. Greenberg thinking about putting it into the box. Anderson picks it out. A chance here on the far side. I believe that's Velez. Playing the ball forward, but can't keep it in the field. We'll go up for a throw-in. Only 2 changes for both teams, and a third stepping up now for UMA. The final 10 minutes. Both teams have 5 substitutes available. And Verona playing the ball forward, looking for Mbomio. Passes Aller, and now Anderson will let it roll for Gervinos. Right at the edge of the box, picks it up.
Yeah, definitely a dangerous play there, and an interesting decision to say the least. It's going to be a goal kick for UMA. Averinos looking for something.
Gerino sending it long. No UMA player there, but bounces behind Engel. And now Knight will come away with it. Knight playing forward. A chance for Holstrom to turn. Paul is in the way. Greenberg playing it forward. Engel clearing.
Good job from Engel there to clear that, as all the confusion there could have resulted in a negative result for Potros.
Substitute for UMA. Might see them go for it. They haven't had any of those long throw-ins from the first half in the second half yet. And a player down for UMA, I believe that's Holstrom, who took a spill on that previous challenge.
Let's hope that he's okay.
He might be the one replaced. I don't see another UMA player heading to the bench at this time. I see Velez over there by the bench, but hasn't exited the field. They might be holding off to see the condition of Holstrom before deciding who they will sub. And a substitute for Potros also, this Manuel Carrillo.
He's probably going to be coming on for Mbomio. And Manuel Carrillo has the tendency to find the back of the net, so definitely a good substitute being made here.
Another UMA player getting some stretching in the midfield. Believe that's Aiden Collins. He's been all over the field, so it makes sense if it is him.
No, absolutely. Collins has been crucial for this UMA team.
I believe it's him. It may not be him. Holstrom now back on his feet, limping towards the sideline. It was Collins, the one who was stretching in the midfield. Will be interesting to see how much he has left in his tank.
And that is Manuel Carrillo coming on. That'll be the end of Mbomio's game.
So one more change for each team. UMA, we're still trying to confirm the player who came on. Holstrom was the one who came off, who took a spill in that last play. It's a throw-in for UMA. Brunette to take it. Looking for the newly entered player immediately. Oranga wins it though.
Stands Carrillo. Carrillo. And Manuel Carrillo a little heavy on trying to get that ball there.
And I believe the player who came on was Bryant. So Jordan Bryant entered for Richard Holstrom.
Oh, and that's going to be a corner. Barrow let it out. Bit of miscommunication there. So a small miscommunication there is going to end up ultimately resulting in a goal scoring opportunity for UMA, which is this corner. Let's hope they don't regret this. Here they are. And the corner's up. Good job from Barrow there, though. Refusing to be beat once again. On the ball, the UMA captain has one. But Verona is there. And Verona quickly sending it out to Manuel Carrillo. Carrillo's there. Finds Fry. Fry's on it. Tries to find Dadinho. Unable to find him, though, as the UMA defense is just too strong. Greenberg. Gonna be the one taking the throw-in. Long throw-in from Greenberg there. Tries to find Carrillo. Unable to, though.
Fry with a chance to turn. Has pressure from Sosa. Does well to turn. Dadinho flicks onto Carrillo, but can't find his feet. Ball forward. Uranga there to clean it up, but his touch was just too heavy for Van Buskirk. 4 minutes of regular time added. We'll definitely have a decent amount of added time.
Yeah, quite a bit.
Including the hydration break and a few stoppages for some injuries. Foul called against Uranga. Another substitute getting ready for UMA. And that is, I believe, Prince Ticha. If I'm not mistaken.
UMA sending bodies forward for this free kick. Approaching the minute 87 mark.
So Ticha will come on to replace Sosa.
And a lot of bodies for UMA in that front line.
Aller putting it into the box. McKeever there, going to win the header. Second ball is going to bounce out for a throw-in. And now Stanton's going to come up to take the throw-in. We haven't seen much from him in the second half, but a chance here.
Yeah, this could definitely be dangerous, so we know about these throw-ins. Oh, and a good clearance there. Still trying to fight for it, though. UMA still on it.
Van Buskirk gets in the way, and now Engel helps him out, and it's going to be another throw.
Yeah, but a good job there from Van Buskirk. I don't know if he slipped or if he meant to slide, but it worked out perfectly in the way it was Van Buskirk.
And Jimmy Lee Noel coming on to replace Dadinho. Here in the 89th minute.
Another huge throw in for UMA. More like a corner, honestly. Oh, and that was almost dangerous as it flicked off. Corona sending it long there. Finds Fry. Fry, though.
Play stopped for some reason. I think referee wants the play to be retaken.
It's very possible that it was still rolling when he kicked it.
Seems that's what they're calling.
Yeah, I thought that was a little close there, but I'm sure that's exactly what the call was. And here we are, about 30 seconds away from regular time being finished.
Engel carrying the ball forward. Had pressure. Nice flick there from the UMA player. And now a chance for them to attack. That flag goes up for offside. Good step there from Paul.
And that's 90 minutes of regular time. We'll be on the lookout to see how much extra time is given.
Looks like 10 minutes. 8. Sorry.
Yeah, that was 8 minutes being shown by the referee with the binoculars.
8 minutes of added time. Here's Fry. Fry across the goal.
Oh, and a good effort from Fry there, looking for opportunity.
Good work from Avgerinos again. He's been solid this match. Ball into the midfield. Here's Collins. Looking for an option to go forward. Gets past Van Buskirk. McKeever's there with him. A ball into the box in a dangerous position. Verona gets to it. Ball still loose. And Barrow there to clean it up and clear.
Huge from both Verona and Barrow there. UMA almost finding the back of the net in extra time, which is something they are not afraid of.
Yeah, we've seen them do it in the last 2 matches as well. Nearly found the open goal there, but Barrow did well to cover for Verona. Ball back into play. Carrillo trying to win the ball. Here's Ticha. Playing it down the line for Knight. Knight getting his head up, looking for the long switch for Velez. Velez. Blocked by Uranga. Loose ball falls to Carrillo, trying to turn. Still Carrillo. Flicks it wide to Noel.
Noel pushing forward.
A hard challenge there from Brunette, but a clean one nonetheless.
Yeah, definitely clean there. The crowd not happy to see that one, though. And this is going to be Greenberg taking a throw-in. That's going to be a throw-in for Greenberg there. Straight to Van Buskirk. Van Buskirk unable to keep control of it, though, unfortunately. UMA throw-in. They go quick. Good job from Uranga there, not allowing for him to get past.
And still UMA, still trying to go quick. This time Barrow's able to clear. It's going to be a tough one to deal with here. Anderson gets it down, and now Brunette plays it forward. Ball in the middle. Uranga gets to it first. Ball still in play. Oh, what a hard challenge. That's got to be a card there. A hard challenge by Collins on Van Buskirk. Yeah, it has to. Yeah, yellow card shown to Aiden Collins.
Yeah, that was a really aggressive slide there. I mean, some referees would even call that a red.
Yeah, very similar to the one of Davis Knight on Kwesi Paul earlier in the match. Just from behind, just went through the player. Looked like he had no intention to get the ball, only to get the player. Man, Buskirk back on his feet, though.
Yeah, glad to see that he's okay. Very strong individual is Van Buskirk. That's Barrow taking it.
Goes wide to Angle. Angle with a cross. Bounces and cleared by UMA. Uranga tried the shot from far, gets blocked. Now Paul has to deal with it with pressure on his back, but gets it to Verona. Verona looking to get in behind. Here's McKeever.
McKeever's still on it. McKeever's still on it.
Taken down. Penalty. Penalty.
PK for your Potros. Ladies and gentlemen, an extra time, a penalty for Potros as McKeever was able to get through and got past, but was ultimately brought down in the back line. What a crucial time here.
And man, what the main thing in that one was the timing of the run from McKeever was excellent. We watched it from here in the press box. He ran about 5 yards behind the rest of the line of defense at the time of the pass and just got in behind. And as he got into the box, you see there on the replay, taken down. Manuel Carrillo going to step up to take it.
Manuel Carrillo.
And a yellow card shown.
That was on Teach, I believe.
No, I believe it was to the number 5, Aller, who appears to have been protesting with the referee. So Aller shown a yellow card on that play for dissent.
And this is going to be absolutely crucial here. The press box has gotten at least 10 degrees warmer here.
Carrillo versus Alguerinos. Here in the 96th minute. Only 8 minutes of added time was given. We believe when the time of this play continues, it'll be about 3 minutes from the time that the play continues.
We're going to need Manuel Carrillo to find the back of the net on this one. Here he is lining up, just waiting for the ref to give the signal. A full circle moment here for Manuel Carrillo as he takes this PK. He's ready. Manuel Carrillo.
Carrillo! Goal! Manuel! Goal! 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 Potros! Potros FC with the goal in the 96th minute. They've got about 3 minutes left to play. We've got to wait. Game is not over. UMA gonna send everyone forward. A yellow card shown to Manuel Carrillo for that celebration. He'll take it all day long. Sorry for those at home if you're wearing earphones, but we are here. UMA gonna throw everything forward. They've done it before. We've seen it earlier against Dalton United. The game is not over. Fourth official talking.
And ladies and gentlemen, what an absolutely crucial goal from Manuel Carrillo there as he puts it in the back of the net from the penalty kick. Huge, huge, huge. A huge shout out to McKeever too for being able to get that through ball. Ultimately causing for the penalty is the clip on him in the back and Manuel Carrillo to find the back of the net. And the crowd is absolutely electric here at the Marietta High School Stadium.
We believe it's going to be about 3 minutes from the time that this is played. Ball put in. Yamane trying to clear the ball forward. It's behind. UMA trying to control. McKeever not playing it forward. Carrillo, but he's going to be offside. It's going to be offside.
Oh,
referee not checking his assistant referee. Carrillo finishes the play, but it will not count. It will not count, unfortunately.
It will not count as, unfortunately, offsides is being ruled.
Ball back into play. UMA coming forward. Trying to get the ball into the box. All the way to the back post. Put it back across. Barrow. Oh, it's over the goal. It will be a goal kick. UMA with a quick counter off of that offside call. Not able to get it on play. We'll see a replay of that one. They played quick. They found the back post. They found an open man. Greenberg had to mark two. Got it into a dangerous position. And I believe that was Knight who could not rearrange it. Could not put it on goal. And it will be a goal kick.
And that's Jimmy Lee Noel winning that ball. Still on it is Jimmy Lee Noel.
Noel playing it forward.
Finds Carrillo once again. Carrillo on the run.
And wins the throw-in for Potros. Into the 100th minute of play. Only seconds remaining. Potros seconds away from winning their championship of the playoffs and getting into the national playoffs. Can they hold off for a few more minutes? Brendan Fry going to throw it to Carrillo. Carrillo, the edge of the box, flicks it back behind. Still Carrillo. Carrillo taken down. No call. Guerrino's coming away with it. Potros have to come back and defend. UMA pushing forward. Guerrino's punting it forward. Engel gets his head to it. Falls to the feet of McKeever. Wide open goal if he can find it. Tries with the left foot. It's going to curl just outside of the goal.
Just outside, but we're definitely rolling on to the last seconds of this match.
Goal kick for UMA.
And they're sending absolutely everybody forward. Uranga winning that one. UMA still on it though.
Paul. Wide to McKeever. A difference maker. Won the penalty kick.
That's going to be a throw-in for UMA.
Frankie Ruiz, first season in charge of Potros, made the substitute decision for bring on McKeever, who picks up a yellow card for kicking the ball away.
UMA on the throw-in.
Stanton going to be taking it. He's going to try to get it as far into the box as he can. It's very far away. Manages to get to the edge of the box, headed by Engel. Put back in by UMA. To the back post. Back across. Barrel there. And Engel clears. It's going to be a corner.
UMA refusing to go out quietly. UMA once again almost finding the back of the net, but huge efforts here from your Potros defense and Verona.
Barrow just on the back post, able to get it away from the goal. And now a player down for Potros. I think it's Engel who's down, who took a spill after clearing that one out, I believe. We'll see. We can confirm.
And we're approaching minute 102 as well. This might be the last play of the game here for UMA. And they're sending everyone, keeper included.
All 22 players in the penalty area. John Engel, now 21 players, because John Engel is going to be asked to leave the field after he received some attention. We'll be looking to try to come back on immediately, but UMA with an extra man currently. Can they find that extra man and send this one to extra time? UMA with the cross, all the way across. Uranga wins the header. Shot from Yamane, or cross back into play, only as far as Carrillo. Header back on. Here's Engel. Was in his own half, does not offside. And there's the final whistle. Potros are your champions.
Potros are your champions for this year.
Potros are moving on to the national playoff. They will face the winner of the Mid-Atlantic Conference and Potros FC, champions of the 2025 spring UPSL Georgia Conference season playoffs. Moving on, trying to go all the way for the national playoff. An amazing game from UMA. A mistake right at the end for the the penalty kick, and that's going to be it. Potros are going to lift that trophy. Stick around with us to see that presentation, and we are going to be moving on in the playoffs. Thank you to everybody who's been here to support. Thank you to the coaches and the staff for all the work that they've done throughout the season. UMA, an amazing season from them. And just not enough today against this Potros team who has proven time and time again to be resilient, to be formidable, and they will move on. The journey continues for Potros FC.
A huge shout out once again to all those viewers at home. Thank you so much for your dedicated time and effort. We look forward to seeing you in our next presentation.
It's hard to lose every day in sport. Is that the only video?
Yes.
Yeah, that last place we were trying to see if it was offside, but you're zoomed in. Can't see.
I wasn't filming at that time.
You can't help it. I mean,
Yeah.
You're trying to get the.
That's what we hope for next season.
You get the goalie kick, and we watched it. And we're like, you can't tell.
No.
But
Well,
you know what? In some ways, it's better you can't tell. Because that way, both teams think they're right.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, for the. We can talk though, I'm thinking of our audience. He just wants me to get the trophy.
Brendan, good to see y'all. Brian, Emily. Enjoyed it. Manifest your wallet? You get your wallet?
Thank y'all for coming.
Nice to be here.
Oh, the trophy's right there. Y'all want to come back Jenny's and home behind? Will there be that little girl behind
It's like a Youngstown.
I didn't catch it either.
I didn't either. I thought it said fully gone in. They're really good guys. Last season, we played against this team, and they were just like catcalling me, like before even the game. And then we had gone down to the field, and Richard told Benjamin, he was like, oh, I'm about to fight one of these guys. He's like, oh, and so on the field, they literally kept picking the guy up and making him fall. And then like on one final one, they were like this whole thing. And when we ended up winning the game, they like all came. They're like, you know, we're so sorry about that. And I was like, no, I just love that y'all defended me. It was so sweet. But yeah, they're great. I'm so happy they can have this moment, honestly.
Richard over there, they acting like a proud dad.
Okay. Yeah. You can zoom out on here. Zoom out. And then just move it with it. I know you wanted to go. Yeah. Thank you so much. Congrats. 1, 2.
go down there?
2 minutes.